I wanted this trip to be perfect. My girlfriend and I had been planning it for weeks. A quiet, romantic ski weekend in a cozy cabin near Vail Mountain, Colorado. It was supposed to be peaceful, just the two of us, surrounded by snow and silence. The cabin was beautiful. Small but warm, rustic. That perfect log cabin smell, like pine wood and fireplace smoke. No neighbors for miles. No cars. Just us, a crackling fire, and the snow outside. Our first night there, something weird happened. We were unpacking, laughing, settling in. I remember very clearly my girlfriend left her overnight bag in the living room, right by the couch. We went to bed early, exhausted from the drive, but in the morning, her bag was in the bedroom. She looked at me and said, "Did you move my bag?" I hadn't touched it. She swore she didn't either. We laughed it off, figured maybe she'd moved it without realizing. You know how your brain gets when you're tired? That day, we hit the slopes. It was beautiful. Cold air, powder snow, everything we'd hoped for. We came back to the cabin just after dark. That's when I noticed it. The living room light was on. I was sure I'd turned it off before we left. I even double-checked the switch this morning. And the weird part? The door was still locked. No signs of a break-in, no open windows, just that light. And then we saw the boot prints, right on the rug. Fresh, wet prints in the shape of boots, big ones, leading from the front door. Then just stopping near the kitchen. Neither of us had walked in that area yet, and both of our boots were dry and still sitting by the fireplace. I checked the entire cabin. Every door, every window, every closet, nothing. No sign of anyone. She was getting scared. I told her it was probably a weird Airbnb maintenance thing. Maybe someone came in and didn't realize we were staying. Still, something felt off. That night, in bed, she couldn't sleep. She kept glancing at the door. I felt tense too, like we were being watched. I decided to call the Airbnb host, just to make sure there wasn't some weird shared space thing we didn't know about. I dialed the number, and then something horrifying happened. The phone rang, but not from the phone speaker. The ringing was coming from inside the wall next to the bed. I looked at her. She froze. The call was suddenly declined. I stared at the wall. There was this thin, jagged, vertical crack in the paneling, barely noticeable before. But now, it looked like a hidden door. She begged me not to touch it. She said we should leave, but I had to know. I pulled it open. It wasn't a wall. It was a door to a narrow, hidden closet. Inside, crouched in the shadows, was a man, just sitting there, hunched behind a box, breathing heavy, staring at us. I froze. My body went cold. He tried to say something, some rambling apology, but I didn't care. I grabbed him, pushed him out into the main room. Then I looked back into the closet. That's when I saw it, a small duffel bag filled with my girlfriend's underwear. He'd been stealing from her, watching us, living in the walls. We called the cops immediately. They arrested him right there. Turned out he was the Airbnb host, the actual host, and apparently he never left after checking the cabin before we arrived. He'd been hiding in that wall, listening to us, watching us. Airbnb apologized, gave us a refund, but it took nearly a month. They called it a rare safety incident, told us this never happens, but it did happen. We came to that cabin for peace, for snow wine, a weekend of love. Instead, we found a man on the walls. And now, no matter where we go, hotel, rental, even our own home, we check every crack, every closet, every sound at night, because the scariest thing isn't ghosts or monsters. It's the people who are already inside, hiding, watching, waiting.